Hey guys, today we're going to walk you through how to use HubSpot's new customer agent. So as you may already be aware, in the Inbound conference, it was all about AI, and they're calling them, a lot of them, agents. So they serve a certain purpose, and you can configure them to suit your business. So the customer agent in particular is all about handling general customer inquiries 24/7, being able to be available and give useful information to your customers and help answer any of those queries. It's going to free up your team's time and be able to identify, qualify, and then hand off those customers to your team when they're ready to speak to a human. And I'm going to show you how you can set it up. So the first thing you're going to do is head over to Service and then down to Customer Agent. If it's not there in your portal, you might just need to check that you're eligible for it and then go down to the Breeze Marketplace and add it in. Once you're there, it's going to take you to this overview page and give you some prompts on just setting up your very first one. Okay, before we get into Customer Agent, the first thing I want you to do is go over to your settings and then down to AI. And then just make sure you have enabled AI on your account. You may need to go through and just double check what your data sources are. Fill this out. I highly recommend it because this is going to give your AI assistants more context on your business, your brand, your voice, your tone, and all the product knowledge that it should know in order to give the best outputs. Once you've gone and set that up, let's go back over to Service and Customer Agent. So here we've got Gary. There'll be some prompts for you to go test things out and get familiar with it. You can go in here to manage it and update the avatar, the name, all that stuff. And here is where you manage all the knowledge that it draws from to be able to help answer questions for your customers. You can add in your own content sources. So for example, we've got specific Neighbourhood pages in here. We've got blog articles. You can even create a knowledge base specifically for your assistants to draw from to be able to answer any frequently asked questions as well. Then you've also got CRM data. So you can choose what CRM data it's pulling from to be able to give more contextual information and answers to specific customers. In the Actions section, this is basically, you can teach your AI assistant what actions it's allowed to do. So here it gives some examples of things like sending invoices or order updates without needing someone to step in and do it manually. So it really depends on what you're comfortable with it doing. Then the next bit is handoff rules. So this is where you give it some triggers on when it should be passing over to a human. So it could be once it meets a certain level of qualification, or maybe it cannot answer a specific question properly and the customer's needing more assistance. So I usually say start simple, ease your customers into this. And as you're teaching it and learning, you're also learning what you're comfortable with it doing. Finally, in terms of turning it on as well, a very common thing that people are doing is adding it into their chat flows on the website. So when somebody is viewing your website, chat pops up, AI can answer most of the questions until it gets to a point where it's like, okay, time to talk to someone in sales or service. So to do that, go to Service, Chat Flows. Now you might have an existing chat bot that you've already got set up, or you can create a new one. Choose where it sits, whether it's website, mobile, or messenger, for example. Choose which inbox it sends all the conversations to. And then this is where we choose our what kind of chat flow it's going to be. So in this case, it would be the customer agent in the middle. I'm going to enable the knowledge base and then choose which knowledge base it's going to be pulling from to be able to help answer questions. And then follow the prompts and personalize. And then here you go, here's Gary, ready to help people out. Now, once you've got it set up and turned on, how are you going to monitor it and make sure that you're optimizing it to have better service for your customers? One way you can do this is go back over to your customer agent section and then hit the performance. This is going to give you all reporting default based on the number of conversations it's handled, how quickly it can handle it, how many of them had to be handed off to a real person, and even some visitor feedback if people are telling you whether it's good or bad experience. So this will help you figure out where the gaps are and what else you need to teach it or prompt it to do. There's even a section here for knowledge gaps. So it will identify commonly asked topics or things that it doesn't have enough information on to answer appropriately. So that could even give you more prompts on creating more articles in your knowledge base to help inform your assistants to handle more of your conversations and give your team back more crucial time. That's it for today. If you do have any more questions on how else you can use Customer Agent, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you also want to see other agents that we've talked about, we've also recently done a prospecting agent walkthrough. Make sure you hit the link in the description. Happy HubSpotting!